A teenage boy wakes up in a dark, shaking elevator, his mind blank. He doesn't know who he is or how he got there. When the elevator finally stops, the door opens to a group of boys staring back at him. One of them, named Gally, pulls him out, but the boy panics and runs, tripping and falling into a massive open area surrounded by towering stone walls. Lost and frightened, he tries to make sense of everything. The boys around him offer little comfort. Eventually, a calm and authoritative figure, Albie, introduces himself and explains that everyone arrives like this, without any memories except their names, which come back slowly. Albie takes the boy around the Glade, showing him the camp where the boys live. Each boy has a role to play, and they work together to survive. Albie introduces the boy to Newt, his second in command, who speaks kindly and explains that every month new boys and supplies are brought up in the elevator, which they call the box. The Glade is surrounded by deadly walls that trap the boys inside. Beyond the walls is a maze that changes every day, and the boys called runners are the only ones who venture inside. They must return before nightfall because no one has ever survived a night in the maze. That evening, Chuck, a younger boy, befriends the newcomer and shows him around. While exploring, the newcomer spots an opening in the wall and starts to approach it. When night falls, the boy announces that he wants to become a runner, but Gally mocks him and challenges him to a fight. Though Gally is stronger, the newcomer surprises everyone with his speed and determination. During the fight, he is knocked out, and in that moment, his first memory comes back. His name is Thomas. The other boys cheer, chanting his name as they welcome him into the group. Just as they begin to celebrate, a terrifying mechanical roar echoes from the maze, sending a chill through everyone. That night, Thomas dreams of a laboratory and sees a woman's voice repeating, "Wicked is good." The next day, Albie tells Thomas about the past of the Glade, revealing how they had to create rules after many lives were lost in the maze. Albie warns him to follow these rules if he wants to stay safe. Later, Thomas carves his name into the stone wall, joining the long list of boys who have arrived before him. While working in the fields, Ben, who has been infected by a Griever sting, becomes aggressive and attacks Thomas. His behavior is erratic, and he can't explain why he's so angry. Newt and the other boys subdue him, but they decide he must be banished to the maze. That night, they tie him up and send him into the maze where the walls will close behind him, leaving him to face whatever danger lurks inside. Thomas is haunted by his dreams and the strange accusations Ben made. As he struggles to make sense of his memories, Albie and Minho venture into the maze to find where Ben was attacked. As night approaches, Minho returns, dragging an unconscious Albie toward the maze doors. With little time left, Thomas races in to help, but the doors close behind him, trapping them inside. Albie is badly hurt, and Minho is ready to leave him behind. But Thomas refuses to abandon him. They hide Albie in a crevice and run as a Griever approaches. In a desperate move, Thomas lures the creature into a shifting part of the maze, trapping it between two moving walls and killing it. This makes Thomas the first person to ever kill a Griever. The next morning, the three return to the Glade, and the other boys cheer for Thomas's bravery. But Gally is furious that Thomas broke the rules. Some of the boys call for punishment, but Minho supports him, suggesting Thomas should become a runner. Before they can decide, the box returns, and to everyone's shock, it contains a girl, unconscious and holding a note that reads, "She's the last one, ever." The girl awakens and whispers Thomas's name before fainting again, adding more confusion to the already chaotic situation. The arrival of a girl throws the Glade into turmoil. No girl has ever come before. She eventually wakes up, introducing herself as Teresa, and claims she knows Thomas. They both feel a strange connection and share fragmented memories, including a vision of scientists watching them. Teresa reveals that she arrived with 2 vials labeled WCKD, Wicked, which she hands to Thomas. Albie has been unconscious since the Griever attack, and the group is growing increasingly suspicious. Gally accuses Thomas of being a spy sent to destroy the Glade, and throws him into a holding pit. However, Chuck sneaks in to visit Thomas, offering him support and a family heirloom. Thomas promises Chuck that he will get them all out of the maze. After his release, Thomas joins Minho to explore a new section of the maze, where they find a dead Griever with a strange device embedded in it marked WCKD. Following the signal from the device, they discover a hidden metallic door in the maze wall. Teresa manages to activate it, but the door requires a code sequence to open. While trying to solve it, the maze starts shifting dangerously, but the group manages to escape and return to the Glade. That night, the walls of the Glade don't close as usual, and Grievers swarm in, attacking the boys. Many are killed, including Albie, who sacrifices himself to save others. Gally, still blaming Thomas, takes over as leader through force. In the aftermath, Thomas stings himself with a part of a Griever to trigger more memories. He remembers working with scientists from WCKD and watching the Gladers as test subjects. He and Teresa had volunteered to enter the maze, losing their memories in the process. Thomas confesses everything to Newt and convinces him they must escape through the door they discovered. Gally, now paranoid, plans to sacrifice Teresa to appease the Grievers. A fight breaks out, but some boys side with Thomas and escape with him into the maze. As they race toward the metal door, they are chased by Grievers. One by one, the group fights off the creatures as Teresa enters the code, opening the door. The maze crushes the remaining Grievers, and inside they find a lab with dead scientists. Their bodies are riddled with bullet holes, and computer screens show footage of the Glade. A video recording begins, and Dr. Ava Page, a woman Thomas recognizes from his dreams, explains that the world has been devastated by solar flares and a virus called the Flare. The maze was part of an experiment designed by WCKD to find a cure using immune children. As the video ends, a Griever-infected Gally appears, armed and unstable. He fires at Thomas, but Chuck jumps in front of him and is shot. Heartbroken, Thomas watches Chuck die, but Minho kills Gally by throwing a spear at his chest. The group is devastated, and as they prepare to leave, masked men storm the facility and escort them to safety. They board a helicopter and fly over the maze, finally seeing the outside world, a barren, sun-scorched land. Back in a hidden observation room, Dr. Ava Page is revealed to be alive. She watches footage of the survivors and declares that Phase 1 of the experiment is complete. Phase 2 is about to begin.